Alrighty, it is episode 5 of Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. Welcome along to the YouTube channel for the 2019-20 Premier League season. Looking at all the games in the Premier League, previews and reviews, and having a couple of beers while we do it. It's been a massive weekend for UK sport, for British sport. Huge weekend in the Premier League. The Ashes were unbelievable. Ben Stokes winning it for England, which was amazing. And Peter Crouch made his debut on Match of the Day too, which was both hilarious and
very
informative.
funny, yeah.
I thought it was great. I really did. Looking to the Premier League action over the weekend, some big upsets, some huge games. Starting on Friday night, the late kickoff 8 o'clock. Aston Villa beat Everton 2-0 at Villa Park. On Saturday at 12:30 in the early game, Norwich were beaten 3-2 by Chelsea at Carrow Road. Into 3 o'clock, Brighton 0, Southampton 2, Man United 1, Crystal Palace 2, Sheffield United 1, Leicester 2, Watford 1, West Ham 3, and the late kickoff at 5:30 Liverpool, where Liverpool beat Arsenal 3-1 at Anfield. On to Sunday's games, Bournemouth 1, Man City 3, Tottenham 0, Newcastle 1, and Wolves 1, Burnley 1. Some big games, some upsets, properly into the Premier League season now.
Yes.
Let's just start off with Friday's game. I need time to mentally prepare to talk about Tottenham.
Yes,
So
we got some time, so you'll be okay.
Aston Villa beating Everton 2-0. Huge win for Aston Villa. Surprising result in some ways.
Yeah, I thought they played really well, though, I've got to say. And our favourite striker, Wesley, seemed to have an absolute blinder. So
Yeah, he got the confidence off the goal,
yeah,
didn't he?
big time. Yeah, great run for the goal as well. Took it really well. I didn't even look at the goal. Just
Yeah.
straight in the bottom corner.
So that just shows a striker's instinct. So
Yes.
maybe he is... The thing is, I didn't think he looked good for the Premier League because I didn't like his attitude. I didn't like how easy he went down.
Yeah.
But if he adjusts, he could become a
Yeah,
good player.
first time on Friday I've looked at him and gone, actually, you're quite a good player.
Mm.
And if he's mentally with it and he's on his game, I think he's quite a good player.
That's good for Villa.
It is,
happy
yeah.
for Villa. Happy for Jack Grealish. His 20-game losing streak is over.
Tweeted straight off.
I love
didn't
that.
He? Yes.
Finally,
Perfect.
about time. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
But yeah, overall, I thought they were the better side, and yeah, they thoroughly deserved it. And it's a game Everton should not be losing.
No, I'm starting to feel that we're going to fall into the Everton trap again this year, where they're just inconsistent.
Yeah, they had chances. I've got to be honest. Wavy hit the post. Walcott missed an absolute sitter towards the end
It's
as
not
well.
surprising.
No, it wasn't surprising at all. But yeah, it was just very disappointing. Got to be honest.
It's a shame. It is a shame, because I do like Everton.
Agreed.
Going on to Saturday, Norwich. What a game, actually. 3-2 to Chelsea over Norwich at Carrow Road. Chelsea attacked well, Norwich attacked well. Both teams looked very vulnerable at the back.
Yes, Grant Hanley never kind of reassures you defensively, does he? So yeah.
That's the place that Norwich need to spy.
I know they got Zimmerman, I think, who's out injured at the moment, who's
Yeah.
their main centre half, and he'll come straight in when he's fit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I quite like Norwich. I like the way they play, and I like the fact they gave it a proper go. And it's great to see people like Cantwell score.
Cantwell
Playing
looks.
really well so far.
The thing is, Cantwell doesn't look like a Premier League
No,
footballer.
he looks like
a
an
youth team.
accountant or
He looks like he looks like he could do well in the youth team, but would never step up to first.
He's hit the ground running. He's actually very good.
He's very good.
Yeah.
And the best bit of commentary from the weekend came from whoever was commentating on this.
Yeah.
When Pookie scored, he goes, "Pookie blinder," does it again. Oh, brilliant.
Took his goal well.
Very, very good
Local
finish.
form.
Very happy as well for Tammy Abraham, scoring
Delighted
twice.
for Abraham, yeah.
Two good finishes as well. The first one took a little bit of a nick, I think, on the way through.
Yeah, he controlled it really well, because he could have absolutely skied that. We would have. So,
Oh, yeah. But the
big
second
time.
one, great finish.
Great finish.
And Mason Mount's goal was superb.
Yeah.
I think this is good from Tammy Abraham. He's had some racist abuse, which has really crept in this season already, and it's really worrying.
Yeah, but nothing's really been done about it.
No, because there's nothing football can do.
No,
It's Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, the owners of these companies. So Zuckerberg, we're looking at you, and whoever owns Twitter. They need to.
Mr. Bird.
Yeah. They really need to start banning people and just finding out. Like everyone said, there needs to be some sort of vetting process as to who's.
Big time.
owning
Yeah,
accounts.
it's
You
just
can't
too
hide
easy
behind
for
it.
people to make up accounts and just abuse people.
Yeah,
Really
anyway, back to the football. Abraham's taken 2 good goals. Loved that he went and celebrated with Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard's first win back as Chelsea manager.
Yeah, to be fair, Norwich did hit the bar towards the end as well. So yeah, it's great that he's got off to a win. I'm really pleased for him, and hopefully they now kind of push on and we'll see where they
I
go.
still think they're going to be
Yeah, they're going to be very, very inconsistent. You can tell. I like what he's trying to do, but it's going to take time.
I think Norwich looked very good.
Yes,
and
yes.
have all season. You can see why they came up.
Yeah, and they will cause damage to other teams in the top six.
And I've had people saying to me, they look like Fulham, they're not going to change their style of play, they're going to be expansive. They're more settled than Fulham and they look better. They just look like Fulham were expansive but didn't really look like winning games. Whereas Norwich, I think, genuinely looked like they could get something out of this game.
Oh, big time. Norwich are my second favourite team at the moment.
Oh,
I really like Norwich, yeah.
Is it because of the yellow? It reminds you of the Arsenal game?
Yeah, well, there's a fantastic Arsenal shirt behind me. But I just like what they're doing, and they've got no fear. And I think it's great so far. They got absolutely slaughtered in the first game, but they've kicked on. So, yeah.
A much-needed win for Southampton away at the Amex.
Yes.
Brighton 2-0. Massively helped by Andoni's sending terrible tackle. Awful tackle. Like, that's a career ender. The way he's got into he's in the player's knee.
It looked bad in real time, but it looks even worse in slow motion.
Always
it's like,
does.
oh my God.
Yeah,
but
it's a horrible tackle.
I don't think he meant it, but it's just the way he did it. It's like,
I think he meant to get his body in and step over the ball, and he's just put his foot in the wrong place. But it's a straight red. You can have no complaints about
big time. And if they would have had 11, I reckon they would have probably won the game. But fair play to Southampton. They dug in and 2 good goals.
2 good goals from Gineppo.
Gineppo literally was on the pitch for about 60 seconds and smashed one in the corner.
We had to practice saying Gineppo.
Before we started. Still wrong.
Gineppo. And then Nathan Redmond, easier to pronounce. Yeah.
Which I'm pleased to see him score as well.
Yeah, Nathan Redmond's one of those players that I just think he's never really fulfilled
so much
what
better.
he could be. He was sort of this young starlet at Birmingham, wasn't it, in the Championship. Played really well, came up to Norwich and played well for Norwich.
Yeah, but got the move,
He's got an England cap, but he's not... I feel like there could have been more from him, but I don't think we're going to get it.
You feel like under a Guardiola, he'd be a very good player.
But
as you said, he's just not kicked on, and it's a shame. But I still think he's a decent footballer.
Oh, very good for the level he's playing. Yeah, very good for Southampton.
And it's so pleased they got a win.
Yeah,
they're off the mark.
Yeah,
they're building
it. Yeah. I think that Southampton will build on that. They're one of those teams that's going to be there or thereabout down the bottom. I think.
Yes,
they're going to struggle. So these away wins are massive.
Yeah.
And if they can get helped by a red card, they'll take
big time. Yeah.
Now here's a talking point. Old Trafford's Manchester United 1, Crystal Palace 2. Harry Maguire didn't seem to have the effect that he has had recently. Wan-Bissaka didn't really do a lot.
No, and I thought they were going to win 5-0, so that's a good start.
Yeah, actually, we'll talk about your betting.
Yeah, it's not horrendous. They were really poor. I don't think they created a lot. And Palace do what they do away from home. They just
hit them on the counter.
One long ball. Straight through.
Yeah, no, we didn't say that. Neither of us had any hope for Palace. We said that Mark Lawrenson said they could be known as Crystal Palace 0, and then they scored 2 goals away at Old Trafford. But we did say that they look better away from home than at home. They can't break teams down, but when it comes to the counter attack, they've got pace, and when you've got pace, you've got a chance.
Big time, yeah.
Jordan Ayew's goal was just so simple.
So easy, just one header, and that was it. He was in. It's like, where is the defence? And he took it really well. I expected him to miss, and he just slotted it away. It's perfect. And then the Daniel James goal was great. Yes.
Very unlucky penalty as well.
Yes, that's the thing. He'll get a lot of criticism for missing, but it was a very good penalty. And he didn't do a lot wrong. It's not like the keeper saved it. Yeah. It's near the middle of the goal. It was a great penalty.
Off the inside of the post and rolled along
the other side.
If he'd have hit that slightly weaker, if he
it
had
would
hit
have
it as well, it would have spun into the goal.
Yeah.
It was so unfortunate, and again, racist abuse, disgusting. He's hit the inside of the post with a penalty, and it was a great effort.
And he will be taking the next one because he's still their best penalty taker.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a poor penalty. It was a very good penalty.
Agreed.
Like you were saying before about Daniel James's goal, that's how you finish.
Oh, it was a sensational finish. You knew what he was trying to do, and he just executed it perfectly.
Yeah,
I really like him. He's decent.
I really like him, but and I know it's his first. Is it his first Old Trafford goal? No, I know it's his
slight over celebrating when you.
That's the difference between Swansea and Man United is that he needs to learn. You don't go and celebrate that one. You
run back halfway with the ball and get on with it.
And get on and try and score the next one. I know you've got a lot of time, and you can't really. I don't mind seeing a player celebrate, but he just needs to remember the step up now. I can imagine Roy Keane sitting there seething, going, "Get back to halfway."
If he would have celebrated more, would have Palace scored? I don't know. If he was there for another couple of minutes in the corner, going, yeah,
that's true. They wouldn't have had time.
Yeah, exactly.
But with the Van Aanholt goal, it was easy. Paul Pogba losing the ball in midfield, which is something that happens all too often.
Benteke won it off of him, which was incredible.
Pogba he's too slow on the ball sometimes.
Yeah, and it was really easy. It was just a ball wide. Van Aanholt carries it, gives it to Zaha, cuts inside. Luckily, falls back to Van Aanholt and keeps should have saved it.
Yeah, it was pretty poor from De Gea. But there's a lot of issues at Man United at the moment.
Oh, big time, yeah.
They just, I don't know if Solskjaer's the right man. I don't mind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but tactically, is he great? Because they've got the players there. The players that started. We've said about Paul Pogba possibly having a bad attitude. Well, possibly. He seems to have a bad attitude.
Yeah,
and
there's no getting away from that.
Turns up when he wants to. But beyond that, you look at the team, De Gea, who's a little bit more inconsistent after the World Cup, I think. He had a poor World Cup and he
was poor towards back end of last year, wasn't he? And he's suddenly started to creep back in again. And he should have saved that. It was really disappointing.
Wan-Bissaka quality will work hard.
Yeah.
Maguire quality will work hard. Lindelof looked last season like he had a great attitude, had his head screwed
on. I like Lindelof.
Ankle worked well. Luke Shaw, unfortunately injured for a month.
Injured, yeah.
So they're going to have to play Ashley Young at left back. Or
who's the Dalot?
Dalot, yeah. Either or. Poor. But Luke Shaw, I don't think has an attitude problem. People say he's big, but he's just heavy set. That's his build. He's
I really like him.
Yeah. McTominay's got a good attitude. Pogba again, but Pogba's capable of special moments. And then going forward, Rashford is a very good player.
Yeah.
Martial can be.
Hard, yeah.
And I think Martial gets slammed sometimes unfairly.
It's just his style, isn't it? He just looks at times like he's not interested, but he is interested.
Yeah.
I think he's a really good player, but obviously we haven't quite seen the best of him so far. But
there's a potential there to be such a good side, and they're just not getting it right.
And by all accounts, they didn't really create a lot. Which at home to Palace, you'd expect them to be all over them like a rash.
There's a lot of movement up front there, so they should be creating spaces.
Yeah, it's just one of those games that you just think you've got to win that comfortably.
Yeah,
and this could be Solskjaer's downfall, games like this if they can't put them to bed.
Now. No, we still got a couple more before we get to Arsenal. Sheffield United, a home loss to Leicester City. I wouldn't be too worried if I was a Sheffield United fan. No. They got it back to 1-1. They still scored. They didn't play poorly. Yeah. Just Leicester are a good side. Leicester are a very good side. Vardy scored, and then Harvey Barnes' goal was wonderful.
Yeah, and Maddison's assist for the Vardy goal was absolutely sensational. The way to pass was just spot on. He just hit it. Go.
I really hope that James Maddison starts for England in the next England game. Well, I know that people would be tempted to put Mason Mount in because he scored a couple of goals and he's starting for Chelsea, but Maddison is a better player.
Squad's announced on Thursday, so we shall see what happens Thursday morning. But I agree, he's a better player. He's miles better. Leicester look great.
Leicester do. I like Brendan Rodgers. I don't think there's no Brendan Rodgers team that haven't overachieved. I don't think. You could even say to an extent that Celtic overachieved. Yeah. You know, he set them up last season for that treble. Like, if Lennon had been in charge from the start, would they have won all three? Possibly, possibly not. But to win all three for 3 years in a row, that I would say is overachieving. To just win everything you can in Scotland.
They are massive dark horses this year, and they've started really well. Kind of gone under the radar slightly. Good result at Chelsea, probably should have won. Yeah. Good result this weekend. I really like the look of them.
I like Leicester. We've said this. I think that they're an outside bet for that.
They are big time. Yeah.
But definitely a good shout for the top 6. Yes. I think they'll finish above Chelsea.
You've got very, very inconsistent teams like United, like Arsenal, like Spurs potentially. You don't know. Yeah, you don't know.
There's spots up for grabs.
They are.
And we've said about Everton that Leicester look like a team that are actually capable of grabbing it.
Oh, big time. Leicester will win the difficult games like the one at the weekend. I know it was a wonder strike, but they
found a way.
By all accounts, they dominate the game. So,
but we talk about Man City. You look at the end of last season where they won the league off a Vincent Kompany wonder strike.
Yeah.
Winning the difficult games, it's the big moments, and that's sometimes how you got to do it. And if they've got players capable,
I think the bench is strong as well, which is good.
They've got a few players capable of striking a ball like that. Vardy can score long from
Demarai Gray's very unpredictable. I quite like that.
Yeah. Harvey Barnes can score from range. James Maddison can score from range. Yeah. Tielemans has got one of the best shots in the Premier League.
Indeed, he will shoot. He won't score, but he'll have a go.
He'll have a go, but one will go in. That's the thing. One will go in eventually.
That's the thing. They still don't have Chilwell back yet. Chilwell's got to come back in. That's another thing. So
they've got
really
a good side.
Yes,
really good side. And like I said, Sheffield United, I wouldn't be too worried.
Played well again. Played really well.
these aren't the games they're going to be worried about because I think they'll see Leicester as being a potentially top 6 side.
And again, they had a chance right at the death to nick a point, and it was a great save from Sir Michael. But yeah, they're going to be fine.
And Ollie McBurney off.
Yes, off the mark. Good boy. Yeah.
20 mil well spent now. 1 goal.
No, not at all. But yeah, he'll do all right.
Cracking beard though.
Yes.
Cracking beard.
Yes.
Watford's at home, another loss against West Ham. We said that this was potentially the biggest game of the weekend in terms of
who got the result. Yeah.
And
God. Yeah, Watford. Oh God, I've got a feeling Watford might be in trouble.
I don't. I think they're going to be too good. I do.
I don't know who they got next week, and we should know this really. But
I feel
I'm concerned that they've had 2 opponents who they probably should have got something against. I personally think they should have got something at the weekend, and they should have beaten Brighton. And you're looking at it now going, oh my God.
I think they'll be fine. I really do. I think that the thing about Watford is it happens in flows for them. They'll hit a patch at some point during the season where they'll win a few, and that'll make them.
Oh, agreed. And last year, West Ham didn't win 5 games, first 5 games, and they finished mid-table. So you are right. I'm just a little bit concerned that defensively they look a little bit suspect at the moment.
And the Brighton game they should have. That was the game that they should have got points from. But the other 2 are, what maybe West Ham at home if they're looking to push up. But it's not the worst loss.
And they did have chances, didn't they?
1-1. Will Hughes misses an absolute sitter.
I don't know how he missed it. It was so easy.
It's just come off the wrong part of his foot. And you score that, you're 2-1 up, and you can hold the game out.
Yeah, agreed.
And Watford are normally quite good at holding a game out.
It's the small margins, isn't it? And to be fair, Haller played well. Haller played really well.
That third goal, I like that.
Yes.
I like that. I know it was a bicycle kick from within the 6-yard box, but he still got it.
Yeah, to have the cheek to do it.
Yeah.
It was great.
I think West Ham fans will be very happy that he is
off the mark.
Yeah,
agreed.
2 good goals. Confidence now.
Skipper, Noble gets his penalty.
He doesn't miss pens, does he?
He doesn't.
Pogba should watch. It is Mark Noble. I was surprised he was starting, but he will. I guess the away games are the ones he's probably going to start in, the more gritty.
Yeah, a game where you've got to get a result. Yeah, perfect for a game like that. And they did really well, West Ham. And as you say, I think they'll stop going from strength to strength. So let's see what happens.
I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't the best.
Anfield was the place. 5:30 was the time. Mo Salah was the man, and David Luiz was useless. Liverpool 3, Arsenal 1. Brilliant game for me. Big header from Joel Matip, who I'm disappointed is starting ahead of Joe Gomez, because I really like Joe Gomez, and I think potentially he could be one of the best centre-halves in the league. But I guess you can't really change a winning formation, winning system. Torreira coming off the bench for Arsenal was interesting. I thought he should have started. And I think that you said Arsenal in the first half played very well. Christian Ceballos, from everything that I've heard. Danny Ceballos. I say that all the time. Christian Ceballos.
I know you don't like him, but start calling him by his right name.
Christian Ceballos used to be in the Tottenham youth team, and there shouldn't be more than 2 people with the same name, other than Joneses and Wilsons. This is an unusual name. Just have one. Danny Ceballos, apparently, from everything I've heard, looked massively out of his depth.
Right, I'm going to start right at the beginning. So on Thursday we spoke about this, and I thought we did the right thing in the first half. If we could have got to half time at 0-0, it was a very good half of football. We were compact, we were tight, we played on the break, and Pepe was absolutely sensational in that first half.
Yeah,
sensational. If he could kick the ball with his right foot, he might have scored. Yeah, instead of trying to get it back onto his left. And the second that goal goes in, you suddenly go, well, how the hell are we going to score a goal? Yeah. And as you say, Danny Ceballos, unfortunately, it was a game with too much intensity. He wanted more time on the ball. It bypassed him. Yeah. And in a game like that, you need to stand up. And it was not a game for him, unfortunately. But there were positives. Unfortunately, David Luiz was absolutely rubbish. And if he would have cut out those 2 mistakes, we walk away with a point.
This is the problem. Arsenal have been desperately crying out for a consistently very good centre-back.
Yeah.
In David Luiz, they've got a good centre-back who can play very well, but
there's a mistake in it. There's a mistake in it.
And when one mistake happens, another one happens. You just have to look back to the World Cup semi-final against Brazil in 2014. That performance from him, he made one mistake and his head just completely left.
And it was one of those, again, if you could have got through the first 15 minutes of the second half at 1-0, you suddenly go, we've still got a bit of time here.
But he gave a stupid penalty away.
It was the worst Why would you ever do that now?
Yeah.
You're always going to get done for it.
Yeah.
There's cameras everywhere. There's VAR. Of course it's penalty.
And then because his head had gone, he did the classic David Luiz thing.
Oh,
Mo Salah
Didn't need to.
Should have just shepherded him down the line.
Exactly.
But he's gone, I'm going to go for the ball, and he's been made to look like.
Well, if you're going to do it,
mug.
take him out. Don't just let him walk past you. It's like, come on.
It's almost like he doesn't like the physical confrontation, so he doesn't actually want to get into a battle.
And it's that thing. It's just even when kind of Salah's going towards goal, he's just ambling back. It's like, oh, well, I'm not going to get back there. Well, it's not my fault. And to be fair, he took the goal great. He took the goal really well, sorry. And Liverpool are on a completely different level, unfortunately.
This is the thing about Liverpool that gets me, and this is why I said, why not try and get on the ball and play, is because I look at Liverpool's midfield, and I just think, how the hell is Jordan Henderson in a midfield that's dominating football games? When he plays for England, he can barely control a football. Like, he looks better sometimes than other players, but he's not exactly like in the World Cup. We didn't keep the ball in the middle because he's not good enough.
No, he's not good enough on the ball.
For Liverpool, I think
he's great at the high press. That's what he does.
I know, but I just think people give Liverpool too much respect. I think if you pressed and you got around Jordan Henderson, he'd make mistakes, he'd give the ball away.
I get you. Going to Anfield is a very daunting place to go at the best of times. Now it's a completely different kettle of fish. They are very good at home.
But I look at the games last season, and I look at Man City were the only team that beat them.
Yeah.
Man City are never going to sit back and let them play.
No.
When should have beaten them last year
when
Larry dropped it.
Horrendous goal. Yeah.
Did he throw it into Alderweireld? Yeah. But throughout that second half, Tottenham pressed them, Tottenham got at them, and Tottenham were all over them.
Yeah.
And I think Chelsea as well almost beat them last year because they pressed them and they got at them.
Yeah.
I don't know why more teams don't actually properly press Liverpool and put pressure on that midfield and make them try and bypass it. I know that they've got the pace and ability up front, but they've not got much in terms of, they're not great in the air, the front three.
No,
they're not. If you can get on them, and I know they have scored goals from the long ball, like that one from Van Dijk against Bayern Munich, but I just don't. I think the teams maybe give Liverpool a little bit too much respect at times.
There were points in that game where just a ball over the top for Aubameyang or Pepe was on, just behind the fullbacks. Just send it over the top.
Yeah,
they're going to get there, and it was proven due to the fact that Van Dijk got dribbled past,
got roasted as well.
And if we should have done more of that. It's an easy ball, and we've got players who can do that. And there are gaps there, and all of a sudden you've got people getting forward, and all of a sudden you go, Christ, we've got chances.
I just honestly think defensively, I'd press their midfield. I think the teams make their midfield look better than they are.
Yeah.
A lot better than they are by giving them the time.
They're high intensity, give the balls to the strikers, they look great. Yeah. I agree, if you can bypass that.
If you can press them, if you can make them not win that midfield battle, which I think is so possible with someone like Jordan Henderson in the middle. Yeah,
I agree. All in all, to be fair, it's an improvement on last year, let's be honest. We lost 5-1.
I was listening to Talk Sport and someone called up and went, well, we lost 5-1 last year, we were improving.
But there were positives there. I've got to say Pepe was the biggest positive of the lot. I just thought he was brilliant. And if he can do that...
75 mil?
Yes. Just his touch, the way he was just great.
Just wanting to have a right foot.
Yeah, if he had a right foot, just put it in the corner.
Just swinging. The thing I don't understand is at Premier League level, you should be able to use both your feet.
Yeah.
You should. You absolutely should. And why there are players that won't just swing their foot at the ball?
Yeah.
There's only one way to make it better. In training, every game. If I was a coach of one of these players, in training, I'd say, right, I want you to have 5 or 10 shots with your right foot today.
Agreed.
Because I want you to start using it.
Well, see, you've done the hard part. If you just carry on going that way, Robertson's not going to catch you. No. Just pop it in the corner.
And you look at the best wingers, like the Raheem Sterlings, he can score off both feet.
Yeah, of course he can.
Aguero can score off both feet.
It was a shame, but there are positives, and I think next weekend is absolutely massive.
Yeah. Even Messi has a right foot.
Yeah, so there are positives. Fair play to Liverpool. They're on a different level, and we'll see what happens.
I don't think they should be though. I really don't. I don't think that I just think it's too much respect. Looking at Sunday's game, the early kickoff: Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 3, 2 from Aguero, great goal from Sterling. What a free kick from Harry Wilson!
Oh, sensational! It was goalkeeper's side, and it was top corner. You just don't save that.
I don't remember seeing a better free kick than that.
No.
Maybe one of Beckham's free kicks. Yeah. But it was just good perfect. I like, we said that the only way they're going to get a goal was Harry Wilson shooting.
Yeah, we did say it would be a wonder strike of some form.
Yeah, and it was. It was a great goal. But Man City looked very good. Should have had a penalty as well. And we'll talk about this a bit more in the Spurs game. I don't like how VAR has been used in the Premier League. I think that it needs to take a lot to overturn the ref's decision. What? Does he have to get punched in the face? Like, seriously, that was stood on the foot.
Yeah, it was.
That is a clear penalty.
Yeah.
You should be overturning it just because the ref said no. You should be overturning that. And the refs need to be better.
Yeah, okay.
The refs have been poor as well.
To be fair, we're going to come on to this in a minute.
Oh, we're going to have a massive argument.
To be fair, I'm already going to say this now. I'm bored of talking about Man City already. They're just so consistent.
They're too good. But okay, let's talk about Bournemouth. Played well. Had
chances.
Did
play well. Yeah,
Callum Wilson, I thought looked lively.
That'd be a concern for me for Bournemouth. Callum Wilson's not hit the ground running yet, and we're nearly into the fourth game, and he's struggling slightly. But he will come good. But he did have a great chance, and if he could have just lifted it, he would have scored. But yeah, I've got nothing to say about Man City.
No, nothing about Man City. Man City are very, very good at football, and they do what Man City do.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, I think, can take a lot of positives out of the game
definitely.
because I think they played well.
Yeah.
But they played against Man City, so they lost.
Yeah.
Which is going to be the narrative of this season.
It is. We are going to absolutely fly through these.
Yeah. The Man City games. Man City are going to play. They're going to win. They're going to play well.
Yeah. Man City will win. Man City will win 4-0.
It's better to analyse the team they play against.
Yes.
And I think Bournemouth played well.
Yeah, they did play well.
Yeah. Okay, it's time to talk about the cricket.
Right, come on in.
Come
on in.
Where to start? Tottenham 0, Newcastle 1. Tottenham didn't deserve to win this game. Tottenham were absolutely poor.
Tottenham at home are massively struggling for creativity at the moment.
It's
Both
shocking.
of the games, it is too kind of slow. The intensity is not quick enough, and you are really struggling.
And it's
great to watch.
This is the difference where you can use Man City as an average point.
Yeah, of
you
course.
look at the front three at Man City, the front players. They're always moving and they're always finding space. They're always creating space. Tottenham players just stand next to a marker.
Yeah, there's no movement.
They stand still. There's nothing. I'd be so livid if I was Harry Winks in the midfield. You get the ball, you turn, you look up, and there is nothing.
No,
you have to go sideways.
Agreed.
There's nothing to play to.
And I think you've got people like Sanchez trying to obviously dribble out from the back.
Davinson Sanchez.
That's not a good idea.
I tweeted this. There were 3 players on the bench who I'd rather see starting at centre-back now than Davinson Sanchez because I just think he's such a liability. Vertonghen, I don't care what the argument is, play him. If he's still there in a week, he has to start every single game that he's fit for. Because Davinson Sanchez is appalling. I'd rather play Eric Dyer at centre-half because I think that he's more switched on. Yeah. And I think he's potential. This season, Dyer's not going to get into the midfield. I would start to make him reverting back to a centre-back. So I think he could be a very good centre-back, a good ball-playing centre-back.
Yeah, agreed.
He's big, he's strong.
It was a game where you're going to dominate the ball.
Yeah.
Just have someone who can literally run out with it and play the simple passes.
Oh, I would even have played Ben Davies at centre-back.
Oh, big time. Just someone who can pass the ball and do the right things and have another option going forward.
Davinson Sanchez constantly gives the ball away. The passes out to Danny Rose are always too short. He can't defend. For the goal, his body shape, his body positioning was absolutely abysmal. One of the first things you get taught as a centre-back is to open up. So the ball's over there, you should be opened up, you should be going backwards on your toes so that you can see the ball's coming in from there, you can see where the player is. He stood square, so he doesn't have a clue where Jolinton is. Then the ball comes across, and it happened more than once in the game. He jumps for a header he's never going to get. And it completely takes him out of the game.
That goal from start to finish was terrible. It was mentioned on Match of the Day. Just no pressure on the ball. No one. They were so easy to just go from back to front. Yeah. And the defending was awful as well.
And Tottenham became this top 3 side because of pressing, because of the energy.
No one close
Where's it gone?
No one. The only person who did was Danny Rose when he was like, oh my God, he's going to score. Yeah. That was it. That's the only person who close ball.
It was awful.
Everyone's getting back into position, going, oh, they're not going to do anything, are they? One easy ball, because your defender can't do his job properly.
I'm starting to get slightly worried about where Pochettino can take Tottenham. And this isn't a rash decision. I really like Pochettino. I think that Pochettino is one of the best player developers in the world, if not the best at developing talent in the world. However, tactically, he has flaws. His substitutions are often poor.
I think this is a massive week for Spurs. You've obviously got players who are still unsettled at the moment. Yeah. You've got a lot of players who could leave. Yeah. And this is massively defining what's happening in the team at the moment. Yeah. Because these players should be playing. Yeah. Ericsson would be starting. Vertonghen would be starting. Alderweireld is probably also going on, I believe, as well. Who knows? Yeah. And this is a difficult situation at the moment. But it will obviously, once it's shut, then we'll see what happens. Here we are.
But I just
at the moment,
I just think Pochettino makes his substitutions too late. Both of us said half time. Lo Celso and Eriksen.
Oh, big time.
They came on the 62nd minute and we done nothing. Bring them on at half time. Give them a half.
You're losing 1-0 at home. You don't need 2 centre halves. You'll be fine. Just get someone like Dyer next to someone who can carry the ball back out. Eriksen should come on at half time. Would have made a massive difference. Came on too late.
We said Lo Celso as well.
Yeah, agreed.
Bring them both on.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. And I just think that Tottenham looked weak. They looked clueless, and
you had no idea what to do at times. It was just like, come on.
And this is where I worry about Pochettino tactically. We saw Jose Mourinho in the stands.
Yeah, we did.
I think if you had Jose Mourinho on the bench there making the substitutions, you win that game.
Yes.
And I didn't like the brand of football Jose Mourinho often plays, and he loses the dressing room, and there are problems there. But tactically, he's a very good manager.
And he's got the winning mentality.
He knows how to win games of football.
Agreed. And that's something you're lacking.
I'm a bit worried because the Champions League final, the tactics were wrong, the substitutions were wrong.
Yeah.
Like all of last season, you'd bring Llorente on for the last 10 minutes and we wouldn't play it up to him.
Yeah.
That's where I worry a little bit. It's for 6 months now, Tottenham have been very inconsistent. We shouldn't have finished in the Champions League last season.
Yeah, agreed.
We finished in the Champions League because Chelsea, Arsenal and Man United
just
completely because we bombed as well. Tottenham bombed, but we had a buffer. After Christmas last year, we could have been top at Christmas. We'd beaten Wolves, and it just fell off cliff. And I'm worried about this season. We need more movement. There needs to be more. Because Son was the only one sort of trying something. Lucas just ran around, but he didn't.
Yeah, just Man City just have wingers. Yeah. And I think that's something you miss at times.
Well, we do. With Lucas and Son should be wingers.
Yeah, they should be wingers. Why
they moved Son into the Lucas into the number 10 role and Lamella out wide, I will never know.
Yeah, you want
Lucas is not technically good enough to play as a number 10.
No, agreed. You want width and pace. That gives you something different, doesn't it? And that's what you're missing at the moment because you're trying to play through the middle, it's not working. And it's too slow. Everything's too slow.
In saying that, Tottenham
Here we go.
Had a penalty. It was Stonewall. You're saying it's not. What? Because you said he fell over. I'm not buying that for a second. I think it absolutely was. You know what I think's happened? I'm looking at from Harry Kane. Harry Kane is looking to get his body in front so he can take the shot. Lascelles dives down, takes his leg out. Where can he put his foot? There's nowhere for him to put. If his foot comes up and down, it goes square in the middle of Lascelles' back. It's a penalty. Because he took his foot, he tried to get his foot away and not stamp on him. It's not a penalty. It was a Stonewall penalty. VAR should be overturning that, and I don't like how the Premier League's using VAR. And Mike Dean, yet again, has made a poor call in a big moment.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I personally, at the time of the game, didn't think it was a penalty, and there are a few people around us who also didn't think it was. There were people that did. I get that. I just thought he lost his footing, and unfortunately, it was in the same line as Harry Kane.
I think he lost his footing because Lascelles took him out. He dived at him.
I'm not talking about Kane losing it. I'm talking about Lascelles losing his footing.
It doesn't matter.
But I just still don't think it's penalty.
You can lose your footing going into a tackle when you catch the guy late.
I get that, but I didn't think it was penalty.
I think it's 100% penalty.
And I agree with you. VAR, I'm becoming more and more concerned at what it's used for, because we've had a few this week. That could have been penalties, probably should have been penalties.
And you know the annoying thing is, because that should be a penalty, it's getting used for this stupid handball rule.
Yeah.
What's more clear and obvious, that penalty or the fact that that's flicked the guy on the arm on the way through, if you're overturning a penalty or a goal? It's just, effectively it's been used for offsides and that handball
There's
rule.
been a few this week where if the one in the Man City game was a penalty. There was 100%. One in, I think there was one in the United game that probably
there was the one last week's Lamella on.
Oh, that was 100%.
It was 100% penalty. They're not giving them, and they're errors. They are penalties. I think the Kane one was definitely a penalty, and it's just. I think that if a ref looks at that again, they give a penalty. Apart from Mike Dean, who's probably ego's too big to overturn.
They didn't even look at it again, did they?
No, they did. They looked at it upstairs.
But I think the only reason that wasn't given, I think you're not going to agree with me at all. I don't think it was clear and obvious.
I think it's Stonewall.
I think again, Match of the Day said 8 people watched it, 4 of them thought it was penalty, 4 of them didn't, and that's not clear.
Yeah, one of them was a Newcastle fan, Alan Shearer. Yeah. If that had been a Newcastle forward, if that had been Alan Shearer, he's 100% calling for a penalty there.
But then you've got Kieran Lineker as a Spurs forward, so.
Yeah, but was he one of the ones who said no?
I'm not sure.
Doubt it.
I'm not sure.
I doubt it. It was a penalty. It was an all-day penalty, and I don't like VAR in the Premier League. I like VAR. I think it was great in the Champions League. I think it was great in the World Cup. Occasionally it took a bit too long, but I think it got to the right decision. Yeah. The way the Premier League are using it is wrong. They're taking the technology. Only the FA could take this technology and completely balls it up like they are. Awful. Awful.
Oh, by the way, Newcastle, fair play.
Yeah,
Very
Newcastle
compact,
set up
did
very
what they
well.
had to do.
Good finish from Joelinton. Joelinton looked a lot better than he did last week.
Yeah, took his goal really well.
Held the ball up well.
Agreed.
He was a bit nasty, very ruthless. I mean, he was only being defended by Davinson Sanchez, so it's not difficult. Sanchez just got himself into trouble so many times for no reason. There was that one where did he take the player out after they skinned him?
There was one, yeah. He got
the ball, and then somehow lost it.
Muto, but at the end, got past him, just absolutely took him out.
And they didn't.
Wasn't a free kick.
Stupid.
Classic. But at the end of the day, you couldn't break him down. And unfortunately,
they set with 2 banks of 4, but Tottenham should be able to.
Yeah, agreed.
Man City would have scored 4 against them, even with 2 banks of 4, even with being compact.
Yeah.
They would have found a way to drag a player out. Tottenham weren't doing that.
Yeah.
Nothing came from Tottenham. Harry Kane was quiet. I almost wanted Harry Kane to come looking a bit deeper and just get on the ball.
He did at times, but again, there's just nothing. There's just no movement, and I'd be concerned if I were you. I really would. Big game next week. Really big game.
Really big game. Let's move on to the last game of the weekend. Wolves won, Burnley won. The only one that either of us got right on our score prediction, and it was me. So I won
I
again.
had it up until the 95th minute as well. I had the goal scorer as well.
Ashley Barnes has started the season very well.
Yeah, he took his goal so well.
Great finish.
Absolutely smashed it into the corner. And I've got to be honest, Burnley were very unlucky. By the looks of the game, they had quite a lot of chances as well. Yeah. I've got a feeling that Wolves are a little bit tired, probably from Thursday, and also playing on Monday.
Well, we did say that.
Which is a big arse.
Yeah.
Monday, Thursday, Sunday, it's a big arse.
Yeah.
And fair play to him. Points, not bad result.
Yeah, and I think that Raul Jimenez did very well to get the penalty. It was clever. Got his body across, got his leg in the right place, and the guy kicked him. It was a penalty.
It is a penalty, yeah.
And he took the penalty very well. I loved how he didn't look at the ball once.
No.
Just looked straight at the keeper.
Yeah.
Just cycling it out, waiting for him to move.
Smash it in the other.
I'll just pass it in.
Yeah,
it's easy. That's how you take penalties.
Agreed.
But I think Burnley looked very, very good. I thought Chris Wood had a very good game running in behind. Yeah. He's not a player you really associate with running in behind because he's a big boy.
He should have scored as well. He was a bit unlucky.
He should have, yeah.
He did literally
everything right.
All the hard work, and they just put it in the corner. Unfortunately, saved. But yeah, looked decent, Burnley.
Also very happy that Nick Pope is playing and playing well.
Yes, good.
I'd put him in the England squad.
Yep.
Actually, England squad is announced this week.
Yes.
Who do you think are the players who are going to get some call-ups?
Unfortunately, I've got a feeling Mount's going to be in now. I think wouldn't.
I think Mount sort of deserves to be in there because you take him ahead of. Well, Dele Alli's been injured, so you shouldn't take him.
Yeah.
I would drop
Mount, Maddison.
I'd drop Jesse Lingard. I think he's done nothing.
No, agreed. He's been terrible.
Yeah, I'd take Mount and Maddison.
Yeah.
Who do you take as the backup striker to Rashford and Kane?
I think he's going to pick Abraham.
I don't think he should.
No,
I don't think Abraham's done enough yet. I'd stick with Callum Wilson for now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for someone. Just trying to think of anyone else who's going to be likely to score a couple of goals. Unfortunately, Ashley Barnes isn't English, is he? I'm pretty sure he's Austrian.
Well, he is English, but I don't know whether he's eligible. But on the start of the season, you'd pick him. But is he consistently going to get in the England team? If I were him, I'd be more tempted to go Austria. He'll score more. He'll play more games for Austria. Yeah, because he won't stay in the England setup.
Agreed.
I'd be asking for Vardy back, but that won't happen.
Yeah, I'm sure. I cannot believe Vardy retired. Stupid mistake. He's so good. But yeah,
you think of the strikers that are available. You've got Andre Gray, you've got Callum Wilson, you've got Tammy Abraham.
Slightly, aren't we?
And that's pretty much it for that third.
Dominic Solanke's rubbish.
Solanke's it's terrible.
Great under 21 level.
He's got an England cap. It's appalling.
Yeah, agreed. Apart from that, you are struggling.
That's pretty much it. Look at
then you start to go sort of.
You look at Rhian Brewster might come through if he gets some games for Liverpool, but will that happen? Probably not.
Kind of looking at players playing, you think, Andre Gary's not good enough.
No.
Danny Welbeck won't play enough.
Not yet.
Apart
from the end of the season.
Trying to look at the clubs.
If Danny Welbeck gets a run of games and scores goals, I think he'll get back in the England squad.
I really like Danny Welbeck. He just needs to play a bit more football.
I think that third spot could be his.
I think Tyrone Mings might be a centre half. I think he's. Yeah, I do. I think he's started the season really well, and I think he's a very, very big shout for the Euro squad at the end of the year. I think he'll play every week.
Well, we were talking about this yesterday actually, because I think, do you take a fourth centre back or do you take Declan Rice and Eric Dyer? I'm not sure Eric Dyer is playing enough. I don't think he should get in this squad.
No, you'd take Rice, 100%.
But do you take both? Do you take players who can cover at centre back but play in midfield? And because that fourth centre back never plays. No,
agreed. Yeah, and have someone in the squad with a bit more versatility is always
but I would still expect them to take four centre backs.
Yeah,
it takes one injury and then.
But yeah, we'll see what Mr. Southgate does on Thursday morning.
I hope Nick Pope gets in. The goalkeeper's very interesting, so I don't think Butland should be picked.
Oh, not in a million years. He's sub-out form. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in a million years.
There's a few players that will be dropped.
Angus Gunn's there or thereabouts. He's not going to play, but you take him as a backup.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a different looking England squad.
I hope so too.
I hope so, because I think there's a few players that went to that Nations League that shouldn't be in there. Delph shouldn't be in there anymore.
No,
quite a few.
Yeah.
There is football on during the week this week as well. The Carabao Cup kicks off for Premier League sides. I think it's not the top 7 that
I think it's anyone who's in Europe is not in the Carabao Cup, the first or the second round of it.
Everyone, that's true. Everyone who's not in Europe. Okay, so if you do want to catch some football on Tuesday, it's all 7:45 kickoffs. Brighton travelling to Bristol Rovers, Norwich travelling to Crawley, Aston Villa away at Crewe, Crystal Palace are at home to Colchester. Fulham will be hosting Southampton. West Ham are going to Wales. It's Wales, isn't it? It's playing Newport.
It is, yeah.
Sheffield United host Blackburn, and Watford are at home to Coventry.
Got to win.
Have to win. On Wednesday, Bournemouth will be hosting Forest Green, which is massive for Forest Green getting to go to a Premier League stadium like the Vitality. Burnley at home to Sunderland. Lincoln City, I love this, at home against Everton. And there is one all-Premier League side, as up at St James's Park, Newcastle will be hosting Leicester City.
There'll be upsets there. There will be. There'll be very understrength teams. See what happens.
Before we finish, we did take a punt on
so we're doing the scores again. So obviously last week was just horrendous my side.
So what we're doing is we are not actually putting money on. Hypothetically, we're putting £5 on every game. Correct score. Not win or lose.
Very, very difficult.
Very difficult. And if anything, could potentially at the end of the season be used as an anti-gambling campaign, because it's not going that well. It's going a lot better for me than it is for you.
Yeah, in the first 2 weeks of the Premier League, I got 1 right. And you've got 3.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling slightly.
This week, what were our scores?
So I was obviously minus 50 because I didn't get a single one right, which adding to my minus 10 from last week leaves me on a handsome minus 60. You did get one result right, which really annoyingly, screwed it up for me. So you finished on, I think you were about 17. No, you're £32.50. But obviously, you take that away from 50. Oh, you can tell.
Yeah, I was minus 17.50.
There we go. And altogether, you're doing all right. So
altogether, I'm on 25 quid up.
Which is really good.
It's actually money I could really use.
Yeah.
But I'm still not going to put it on. So as soon as I actually put money on this, I'll get none.
Yeah.
And I'll be 50 quid in the hole. So that is episode 5 of Pub Foot with Miles and Jimmy. Please like, subscribe, get in the comments, let us know what you think. Give us your opinions. You can argue with us about that penalty decision, especially.
It's never a penalty.
It was definitely a penalty. We're split down the middle. Tell us what you think, whether it was penalty or not. Maybe we should do an Instagram poll or something. That's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
All there is left to say at the end of this, we'll be back on Thursday.
Holiday.
Happy bank holiday and cheers.